Okay. Be'ezat Hashem, we're back at the limud, B'shat Mazliach. Reish Nun Bet, Siman 252. Yom Tov is sitting over there. Everything is good? Smile. You got a new chair? Okay, very nice. All right, I'm happy for you. Baruch Hashem. Now, we are. So today is the 19th of Shvat, Monday, the second day of the week of Parashat Shabbat. Parashat Mishpatim. So we were in the middle of Shulchan Aruch. We started Shulchan Aruch and then we had to go. This is talking about right? You want to continue or Zohar? That's exactly you were. That mutar lifros mitzudot chaya. So we said the things that we were discussing, page Yud Zayin, that we were discussing what is allowed to be starting on Erev Shabbat, Friday before Shabbat. Even 1 minute before Shabbat is allowed. And the work and the continuance of this job that you started will continue on Shabbat. Even could finish on Shabbat, could finish after Shabbat, it doesn't matter. Certain things are allowed, certain things are prohibited. So we enumerated few last week, Friday. Okay, and now we're going to continue. Continue, please. Mutar lifros.
The big aleph?
No, the small dalet, all the way on the bottom line, the bottom line. Mutar lifros. Dalet, Habibi, here in Shulchan Aruch.
Dalet is asur.
Mutar. Dalet, small little dalet.
Umutar le...
Okay, one second, sorry, you're right. Dalet, not Sif Katan Dalet. In Shulchan Aruch, the bottom line in Mishnah Berurah, you'll see on page Yud Zayin, those people on recording, that we're starting in the last line on the page in Shulchan Aruch. Umutar lifros, with a small little dalet. Okay, listen, if you want to look inside, gentlemen, looking inside, by the way, sanctifies our eyes. ומותר לפרוס
מצודות הים ועופות
ודגים
והם
ניצודים בשבת. Leon, you want me to open for you? Yeah. Okay. So he says like this. It's allowed on Friday, right before Shabbat. Right here, we start right here.
Okay.
It's allowed on Friday, right before Shabbat. You're allowed to open up your cages, catching traps. You want to set up traps to catch a bird, to trap a deer. You want to trap a fish. You want to throw in, those things to whatever you catch. People catch crab. You're gonna say, why would a Jew want to catch crab?
Business.
That's right. No, not business. You catch with crab blackfish.
You can't sell it.
You cannot sell it. No, you could sell it for catching, fishing. Don't say you can't sell it.
Not for eating.
Not for eating. You're catching crab for fishing.
I use crab.
I always use crab.
You mean just for fun?
No.
For fishing, for bait.
For bait.
Exactly.
Yes. Why not?
Rabbi, on Shabbat, you're allowed to put traps to catch on Shabbat? You're not allowed to.
Oh, very nice. Moshe is saying good. You cannot do it on Shabbat. We're speaking specifically Friday, before 1 minute before Shabbat. Yeah. You got the guy.
On Shabbat, you're not allowed to
what?
trap on Shabbat.
We're talking about before Shabbat. You opened up your traps before Shabbat.
Yeah, but on Shabbat itself, even if
You're not doing anything. The trap is doing it for you. Moshe, you're not doing anything. You did it before Shabbat. You're not Cholel Mechalel Shabbat. The trap is working on your behalf on its own. He doesn't need you. Where is the guarantee you're going to catch anything Mechalel on Shabbat? Who says? Maybe it will come after Shabbat. You hear it, Moshe?
Could you release it if it's something that was grabbed without purpose by the trap on Shabbat?
Oh, now the question is, can you release it on Shabbat? Let's see. Maybe Mishnah Berurah will tell us. You're saying you want humanitarian behavior. Let's say you wanted to catch a hyena. You wanted to catch hyenas. Your hyenas that are attacking your shipala, and it hurts you that they're killing your shipla. It's business. So you put out traps for wolves, and now who did you catch instead of a wolf? Your ship. Your ship, she was a little shepherd, he was running around, and he got stepped on your trap. What are you gonna do? Okay, so you have a different question. I will not answer it now because I don't have it in my head. So we're just gonna continue here, Shulchan Aruch, and maybe Mishnah Berurah will discuss it. Okay, very good question, by the way, Moshe. Okay, those traps are working on themselves, no problem. The mutar. No, where are you? ומותר למכור לעין יהודי. Maybe you jump 2 pages? We're page 34. We're changing it to page
I
30.
already turned the page, yeah. ומותר למכור לאינו יהודי ולחתינו סמוך לחשיכה.
You're allowed to do business with a goy and even sell him 5 minutes before Shabbat. 1 minute before Shabbat. And you're allowed to even load up his donkeys before Shabbat. Let him, and now he goes, he travels with the merchandise that he bought from you.
Loading is already physical, no?
You heard it before Shabbat, why not? You load it up before Shabbat. What's the problem?
We said last week, physical is not allowed.
Physical
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Physical work, 2.5 hours before Shabbat already.
No, this is not business. The guy bought from you schora. He bought from you merchandise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Rabbi,
You load him up.
You could be merger. You could be loading for 2 hours.
Okay, who said that's
What's the
asur?
difference if you're
Who
loading?
said that's asur? So what kind? Is that a physical labor? Like that's
not.
no, that's not gonna go. Again, you're selling items. What do you mean? Why not? You understand that working with your hands, tofer, building something. That's a different story.
Today you could be loading a box of baseball hats. Tomorrow you're gonna be loading.
Okay, let me
100
finish.
boxes of.
Very good. On Shabbat, loading and
Before.
unloading and moving your furniture on Shabbat is also mutar. You understand that?
This is for work. Yes,
Again,
you can move your furniture.
okay, so it's before Shabbat. You're not doing. What are you doing exactly? Moving. Even I'm telling you,
I'm asking.
I'm
I
just
don't know. I'm asking.
moving furniture on Shabbat is allowed,
Yeah. And that's physical.
For you,
and that's physical
for you,
in your
for your
house
own
on
benefit.
Shabbat.
For your own benefit.
You're
on
right.
Shabbat.
You're right. So you want to say,
Not for business.
let me ask you a question. I come to your house and you ask me to move furniture with you. I should be asur. Who said it's asur for me to help you? If you're mutar, I'm allowed also.
Rabbi,
We're doing
What are you
it.
saying, Moshe?
the item is mukse, okay. If the item is mukse, then yeah. But
Your bed is not muktzah. Your bed is a heavy thing. Your refrigerator, maybe. No, it's not
Refrigerator
muktzah. No,
can be
it's not.
the light and the electricity.
No, it's you're using it. So why would you open the door if it's allowed? Not muktzah. It's not muktzah.
No, if it's not the light, but if you move it, you can disconnect the cable by
You
mistake.
make sure you
And
don't
then
move
got a
it.
problem.
Yeah, but
You're
why
not
would you
disconnecting. Why you guys going to extreme all the
You're
time?
allowed to move a fan, right? Let's say the
Hold
fan
on,
is
Moshe. Hold on a
blowing.
second.
That's
There's
a
discussion
question.
over here.
You can move it. Let's
You're
say-
allowed to move the fan. What's the problem? Your fan is
Careful.
making you
Careful.
cold.
That's
You're allowed to turn it this way, whatever you want. You see, it's
Then you can
allowed.
move the fridge.
Good.
I'm talking
So-
about something else.
What do you
I'm
wanna
talking about
say?
getting carried away with work. It happens
Good.
to us all the time.
Very
All
good.
the time.
So that, if it's not necessary, you're right, for Shabbat, getting a load away, yeah, that's not necessary. Right now, you want to, no, you say, yes, what you want to say, Moshe?
sorry, man. I didn't see you. That's all. I said there's nobody in this morning, man. Thank you.
Moshe, what are you saying?
I was gonna say-
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say you're even allowed to pull a table from your house outside.
To the porch.
To the porch.
Yeah, okay. Very good. As long as there's no problem with the roof. You're right.
But we started with
But
loading.
Moshe,
Let's
again,
get
Zohar
it.
has a different
It's
problem.
very different.
Zohar
Nine
says,
days.
I don't
Moving
understand.
On Shabbat, you're moving the table for your own benefit. For
Hold
your
on,
own
hold on.
comfort,
I got
for
you.
your own comfort.
Zohar, Rabbi Zohar, you're saying good. Let me just turn the clock, go back a little bit. He's saying like this, Ramosha, hear him out.
Loading.
He's saying 2.5 hours. My business is, I work loading up merchandise.
Boxes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So if you're telling me to stop 2.5 hours before Shabbat, how come over here it's allowed to load up a goy
1 minute.
merchandise even before Shabbat? You're right. If you're doing this steady already, we'll go back to Ramah. If this is your steady way of things, it will be asur. You're right.
Okay, that's
Oh, okay.
Okay? Because we already said,
meaning if it's your regular business.
yes, business not
I'm
allowed.
saying if I'm selling merchandise, okay.
And I
I
load it
said-
with the forklift or whatever.
I'm selling, I don't know, like I said, hats.
You're right.
Boom, one shot. It's always gonna be the
last
Shabbat is
one.
gonna order.
Very good.
One
Boom,
minute.
Erev Shabbat.
If you
100 bucks.
prepare it, you're right. Even in that case,
Hashem sent
but
the
I'll use the Ramah. It's allowed. I'll use the Ramah because it's once in a while. But if it's always, if you plan for it, that's the problem. We're not allowed to. Plan for business, not allowed to. Here, didn't plan. A guy came to you. He was supposed to come yesterday. He came today. I have to sell my merchandise. I don't have, this merchandise. I took loans from this guy. Everybody's waiting for money. I'm not doing Chilul Shabbat here. I'm loading up the goy. I was telling him, get rid of the merchandise. Bye-bye. Mutar. It says mutar. Samuch l'chashicha ubilvad. However, there is a condition. There is a restriction here. What's the restriction?
יש
No.
לפעמים קשה פה, הרב.
The
חכה
punchline.
שנייה. Don't say kasha until you hear it, okay?
Punchline.
Let's see what he says. Read it already. ובלבד.
בלבד שיצא
מפתח ביתו.
מפתח ביתו.
מבעוד.
בעוד יום.
You're right. If he comes to your warehouse, obviously the warehouse has like a gader, it has a fence around it. Says as long as you load him up and he leaves your possession, your property, while it's still day, it's allowed. That's the condition. When I give you 1 minute before, literally it has to be 1 minute before he drives out the truck.
How are you going to get back home? In time.
Okay, not always is that your business is not your house, like you said many times, right? People do business in the house. Yom Tov pointed out, people do work in their houses many times, right? So okay, you're right. If you're not going to have a time before Shabbat, you have a problem. We're not here. Why are you always translating it to commercial business? We're not a commercial business.
No, I'm
Not commercial
I'm
business.
not saying commercial. It could be just a guy has a store.
But that's commercial. That's already commercial. That's anything out of your house is already commercial. I mean,
כן הרב, אבל יש פה מראית עין
one second, let me ask you a question. They give you license plates, so they
Rabbi,
even in your
I
house
know
business
guys,
is commercial.
Rabbi, I know guys, their garage is packed with merchandise.
Right?
Packed.
You're right. So that's commercial. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be asur. As long as the guy, if he stands over here and he's loading up on Shabbat, will be
Inside the
asur.
garage.
No, inside. In my driveway is already.
Inside the garage.
It will be asur in my driveway. I'm
How
saying.
about inside the garage?
Inside the garage, it's not even a question. It's going to be asur. He has to be out of my property. Meaning,
Oh, yeah, he has to
as
be
long
out
as he's there, he cannot continue loading. Let's
They
say.
could say, oh, it's not my property, I'm renting.
No. What probably Shulchan Aruch is worried about, what you're going to do, like in our setup, Baruch Hashem, he took everything out of your warehouse, put it on the driveway, and let him load it up on Shabbat himself. Yeah. That's not allowed. That's exactly what he came to us for. He has to leave your property before Shabbat. Okay? Very good.
Put everything in the
Haga.
fence.
Okay.
זה
So
כמו...
many things happen, people come late, this, that.
You're right.
זה כמו שלמדנו עם ה...
So what's the point of the 2.5 hours?
בהמה.
What's the
That's what
point?
it's for.
Preparation.
Preparation.
Yes.
זה כמו שלמדנו עם הבהמה או עם הקרוון שכתוב עליו הרב סופר,
Yeah.
ועשית ביזנס לפני שבת, אבל הגוי בא בשבת בבוקר לקח את זה.
זה אסור. כן. We already discussed that. Very nice. Let's go. Haga. Thank you, Rabbi Yom Tov. I told you, Rabbi Yom Tov, he's becoming Chacham. He's not listening to me. He just wants to, you know.
Rabbi, it happened to me this Friday.
Yes, sir.
I got into an argument with a goy
Yeah.
over a commission.
But you're not in merchandise business.
Not even in merchandise business.
No.
Not even merchandise
Okay,
business.
so what's the problem?
The argument went on. I started early. I wanted to finish it. I'm just saying, I'm giving an example. I started early, wanted to finish it.
Okay.
It spilled over into Friday afternoon, and it didn't end there.
Okay.
This one got involved, and that one got involved.
No, so then what's your problem?
So what happens? So the people that are involved, how are they entering Shabbat? What kind of mindset? So there's 3 Jews are going into
Zohar,
Shabbat.
why are you mixing Musar with Halakha?
No, I'm saying...
Musar I gave before Halakha. We're not talking Halakha. Forget
No,
about
I'm
my
saying Musar.
If you want Musar, I could give you Musar till tomorrow. Right now we're doing Halakha.
No, we
Okay.
have enough of that.
Musar I only give, you know why I mix...
Yom Tov already, that's it, is going to teach in the yeshiva.
You know why when I mix Musar with Halakha? Only on Friday. By the way, we were just...
No, Yom Tov, no excuse.
Zohar.
If you know Torah, you got it.
Zohar, Musar that I was talking
Believe
about,
me.
whatever, I was not on recording. Right now we're in Halakha, finished. Right? Friday I'll record the Musar, I'll let you know.
I'm not
Okay, now again,
just giving
how
you-
are they entering
giving an
Shabbat?
example
Is it
of
my
it.
fault? La Halakha, what they did wrong? Let's say, they all spoke till 1 minute before Shabbat on telephone. They didn't do anything wrong. Is it advisable? Musar? Maybe not. But let's say if they're going to stand to lose $1 million each, yeah, I would say maybe yes, even though until 1 minute before Shabbat. What do you want? Why should they be losing money? If halachically they're not prohibited, why should the
If
people?
they stop working at
exception.
12:30,
Yeah.
if they stop doing it at
Yes, it's called
12:30,
hefsed.
Maybe they'll
The
actually make $1
exception-
million.
Before Eliyahu or somebody on YouTube says, "Oh, look at these robbers, they're making up." No, that's
second,
called
excuse-
rule called hefsed merubeh. If there's a big loss, we are not here. The Torah is not here to punish you. The halachot Torah is not here to punish you unless it's on Shabbat. Shabbat itself,
Yeah.
we don't care about your loss. You lose $10 trillion. We don't care about that because that's part of Shabbat. Part of Shabbat is losing money. And what does that mean? Trusting in Hashem. If that's what Shabbat is. So Shabbat is not here only when it's good for me. No, when it's bad for you.
Rabbi,
You're going to lose everything.
I want to say something. That whole fight that we had in Friday, they sent the wire over Friday. It came over
Baruch Hashem.
Shabbat.
Very good.
But I'm saying like there was no point. All the stupidity that we got involved, because just the Satan gets
There is a
Friday
point.
אבל
afternoon.
זוהר, זה עניין של אמונה, גם אם רבת איתו
Exactly.
5 דקות, דקה לפני שבת, 30 שניות לפני שבת, רבת איתו. אתה יודע, שבת עכשיו, אתה מנתק הכל, אתה
Gentlemen,
חותך.
let's
I'm
continue.
saying is that
Let's not talk. Don't get me started.
Argue,
Don't get me started, Musar, gentlemen. Let's halacha. Let's just follow halacha. Because somebody's going to complain. My sofer is only talking Musar all day. Okay. Gentlemen, by the way, I'm talking to myself. All the time I talk Musar, just to let you know, it's myself. I have a lot of working on myself. Okay, halacha, aga, nu, ויש מתירין.
ויש מתירין שיוציא היינו יהודי בשבת אם ייחד לו היינו יהודי מקום
מבעוד יום בבית ישראל.
בבית ישראל.
You ready for this? Look inside. ויש מתירים. Ashkenazi says, Rama says over here. Some say it's not even a problem. What's that problem? שיוציא היינו יהודי בשבת, the guy will come and take out the merchandise from your property on Shabbat. אם ייחד, as long as ייחד לו אין היהודי מקום מבעוד יום בשבת בבית ישראל.
I've seen it happen.
If you separate it, you said, you designated an area for the goy, you said the front yard, this is for the goy, when he wants to come, let him take it. You didn't tell him come take it on Shabbat, that's asur. You're not allowed to tell him to go take it on Shabbat. But you're allowed to say whenever he goes to come, and he chose to come on Shabbat, that's his problem. Okay? Let's see, what's the difference between what Yom Tov said? What about it? The guy is coming to rent on Shabbat the material, the merchandise, which is
No, you close with him before Shabbat. He just comes Shabbat morning to take
No,
it.
so we have to say, hold on a second. We'll get
זה
there.
אני אמרתי גם אז, היה לי ויכוח.
That's right. But we have to agree that in this, the situation is where you did not tell him to do it on Shabbat. He did it himself. So why should I care what he does himself? That's not my business. Okay? The yesh, you ready for this? No. The yesh le'achmir. Some say it's even to be more stricter. Don't allow it. Vayen lekabat siman asher kavhei. Go further on in siman 325. We'll discuss all the elements where it's a mutar, where it's good or not to do it. So again, Rama is telling you that yes, there is a allowance. Some poskim allow it, but then Rama tells you Shulchan Aruch is obviously against it, and okay, well, gentlemen, you came to the right place. We're hitting all the right buttons. What, Rabbi? You see, we're talking about Musar. We only learned halacha 17 minutes.
We're learning.
No. It's one halacha, one Mishnah Berurah, one
We're
Mishnah.
learning such important nikudot. This is halacha l'maaseh. That's
Okay,
why
can we
we're
do?
going up. Because we're learning.
One Mishnah Berurah. That's the ikar. That's what we're here for. No? Mishnah Berurah. Shulchan Aruch, you don't need me. You could do it on your own. Mishnah Berurah. Let's go. Seif katan alav. Moshe, you there? Hello. Okay, good.
Back over here,
All
okay.
your conversation, don't worry.
Okay, very good. Let's continue.
Oh yeah, back.
Seif katan alav. We're back on page Yud Zayin. Mishnah Berurah. Lishurot yibdeyo. Deyo. So you're making ink, I guess, right? So you're making ink before Shabbat. ובשבת אסור משימוש מגבל. So, why can't I
Oh, on this side.
all the way,
The big olive.
yeah, all the way in the bottom, Mishnah Berurah.
Okay.
So on Shabbat I'm not allowed to mix dio. Dio is what? Dio is the ink, right?
ink.
So I guess on Shabbat it's going to be prohibited. On Shabbat itself, Shemareva dio v'mamayim yachad. When you're mixing the dye with water, the yesh אומרים זה אסור משום צובע. No, some say again מגבל. מה זה מגבל?
נגבל?
Yeah, משום מגבל. One second. What's the Gemara? Yudchet. Okay, well, I'll look it up over there. But it says, no, there's a restriction of tzoveh. You're painting, you're coloring the water. When you're mixing dye or ink with water, you're over a sort of tzoveh. אפילו אחי, כיוון שמתחיל בזמן המותר בערב שבת, וממילא נגמרת הפעולה בשבת, שרי. Over here, the Marash Shulchan Aruch said you started it before. You started it before Shabbat. You started mixing the dye with water, and I guess it prepares, makes it more stronger. Like maybe he's talking about maybe making paint or something, right? So that and it goes itself, it gets stronger, the paint or whatever it is.
Shabbat.
That is going to be a mutar because you started before Shabbat. But on Shabbat it's going to be asur because what?
מגבל, it's you שמת גבולות.
Okay.
You תוחם את הגבול.
No, so.
לא, אני רק שאלת מה זה מגבל.
No, that's not again. But what is the connection over here to the water? You took water and mixed it with ink, and now you're making paint.
Maybe the combination of both, the powder, the combination with both.
I don't know.
זה מה שאומר המילון בקשר...
אפילו בשבת שערי. Okay, so now if you did it before, started before 1 minute before Shabbat, you mix the bucket of water with paint, and now it's working on itself to fix that water to become paint or whatever it is. That will be allowed because even if it's going to finish on Shabbat. וכן בכל החשיב יש בהן איסור דאורייתא כשעושה אותם בשבת. All those scenarios that we painted last week in the beginning of the Shulchan Aruch, all of them, if you do it on Shabbat, it's asur, but if you start it before Shabbat, it's mutar. אפילו אחי, כיוון שמתחיל בערב שבת שערי, even though if you did it, so down. What's the why is Shulchan Aruch pointing it out to us? Bezat Hashem. Maybe the nekudah, and we will end with this nekudah, very important nekudah. Remember, there are a lot of gzerot. Gzera means decrease. The rabbis made decrease if that the only time that's where if they don't make the decrease, something that looks similar, a person in the Torah will do isur deoraita. So over here it says Shulchan Aruch, even though there is isur deoraita, if you do it on Shabbat, all those things, the rabbis didn't come in and did not give you the restrictions. And now we're going to come to Musar. I know you like Musar Bazaar. Don't make your own restrictions. You understand what's going on here? If the rabbis didn't give you restrictions, it's asur for a Jew to come up with his own restrictions. That's the way the Torah is taught. Torah is all about darachea, darchei, shalom. Everything is for peace. Don't make up your own rules. Follow the halacha, and everything will be good. Baruch Adonai Olam Amen. Amen. Hopefully, without Hashem, we'll continue tomorrow. 8:15 is early. You want to come 8:30? We'll make it 8:30, gentlemen. Let's do it.